Let's talk about taxes as one does at 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. But specifically, why is everybody having to pay taxes this year? 2017 Congress passed what was the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which at the time economists called the largest tax cut for wealthy people and the largest tax hike for middle class and poor. What it did was it immediately cut taxes for people making over $400,000 a year and immediately increased taxes for people on like the upper rungs of the middle class tax brackets. Every year thereafter, it would scoop a new group of people into paying more money, but they kind of disguised it. So the way that they pitched this was you're going to have more money in your pocket. You're going to have more money on your take-home pay. So for simple math, say that you ordinarily got a refund of $1,500. They would give you an extra, say, $10 on your take-home pay. And then you go to do your taxes and your refund is only $1,000. Well, you're paying more in, but it feels like you have more money in your pocket throughout the year. They also redid the W-4. So a lot of people were blaming, owing money on the W-4 not withholding enough from your paycheck. We did that last year. We looked and said, how the hell do we owe this much money? Let's go check our W-4s. And everything was set up right. And this was something they couldn't have planned, but a lot of people just didn't notice. There was a lot of chaos during COVID and, stimulus money and unemployment and all these things that were probably not a factor in this, but just sowed a lot of chaos. So people are just more sensitive to it right now. And this is one of the most grotesque examples of partisan politics because this was passed in 2017 by a Republican House and a Republican president. They knew that they were going to have the majority this year because we went through redistricting. So if there was still a Republican in the Oval Office, they could pass another bill, amend this one, however it's set up legally, right? But that would look favorably for their party in an election year. But if a Democrat's in office, in the Oval Office, it would punish them. And I believe that's probably the most likely scenario because after the 2016 election, everyone immediately thought that we would probably change parties again in 2020. So they thought that this was going to punish whatever Democrat was sitting in the Oval Office because Americans tend to blame everything on the president. And the number one determining factor in any election is how much money is in voters' pockets. And when it's an incumbent has never lost the election when people were doing well. And as much as I would like to blame you-know-who or Mitch McConnell for this, it wasn't either one of them. This is the brainchild of Paul Ryan. He has, gone on press tours talking about how it's been his dream since he was 12 years old to cut out Social Security and cut taxes for the rich.